Welcome. For those of you who've been with me since day one, thank you. For my new people, hey. So for today's recipe, we are going to be making Yaniqueques, also known in other parts of the world as fried jacks, Johnny cakes, or fried dough. So we would have these every time we would go to DR for the summer, specifically at Boca Chica Beach. Miss you. They would make them really, really, really big, but we would never have them any other time. So one day I asked my grandma to teach me her recipe because I just knew they would be better homemade. So let's get to it. For this recipe, you will need 2 cups of all-purpose flour, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1/4 of a teaspoon of baking soda, 1/4 of a teaspoon of baking powder, 3 tablespoons of vegetable oil, 1/4 cup of water, about 2 tablespoons of flour for dusting, and 2 cups of vegetable oil for frying. First, we're going to mix our salt, baking powder, and baking soda with our flour. And we're going to whisk this together. Then we're going to add our oil. Some people substitute this with butter. I've actually never done that, so I'm not sure what that tastes like. And then we're gonna add our water as well. Okay, so it's already getting to that consistency. So now I'm going to use my hand because it's already getting to that doughy consistency. What I love about Yaniqueques is that you can eat this with whatever. So I've had it with hot chocolate for breakfast. I've had it with fried salami and fried cheese. I've had it plain. You can put salt on it once they're done. You can put sugar. They're versatile and they taste good with everything. So I'm gonna add a little bit more water to mine because this is not sticky enough. So it's still too crumbly, so it needs a little bit more water. So I'm gonna go in with another 1/4 cup. Start mixing it again with my hand. My grandma was here, she would laugh at me for using measuring cups. She would say, échale otro chin de agua. This needs more water. But we are getting there. I'm gonna go again with another 1/4 cup. So now it's doughy. I kind of had to figure out the measurements to add to this because when I asked my grandma many years ago what she added in hers, she's infamous for saying un chin. So just with the little experience that I have in baking, I kind of figured it out because I think moms are not super helpful with giving you measurements. They just tell you a little bit of this or a little bit of that, or watch me. And this was definitely one of those recipes. Okay. So I have my dough here. This hand looks bad, but this is my dough. And it's not sticking as much to this hand, so I know it's good. So I'm gonna let this sit in this bowl for 10 minutes, and you should wrap it with foil or saran wrap. All right, so we let this sit for 10 minutes. Now we're gonna take our foil off and remove it off out of this bowl. I'm going to put flour on my counter here. So we're not gonna knead this dough. You don't need to do that. I'm just gonna cut 8 pieces to start, and then we're gonna use our rolling pin to roll out each piece before we fry. So I just usually rip a piece apart, and you know, this is one of those you know as you go. If you want them to be the perfect size, I would say use like a mason jar on the lid. If you go to DR, you get them really big, really small, all different shapes. It's all about the flavor. It's best if while you're shaping these, you have your oil warming up, because you need to make sure your oil is really hot before you dump these in. But here's one. This is gonna be my first one. Don't know what shape this is. I'm just gonna set this aside, and you're gonna repeat the process. I've never like saved this dough for later. We just cook all of it at once. But if you're gonna refrigerate it, I would take it out at least an hour before you're gonna use it to fry, so that it softens up. I don't recommend it though. I say make what you're gonna eat, and trust me, once you have one, this gives you what we say sequirilla. You just keep going. It's like a Lay's. I don't know how to say that in English. All right, our oil is ready, so I'm gonna do one at a time. So these are gonna puff up as they're frying, and when you first put them in, they go to the bottom, but then they'll rise. And then as they start to brown on the edges, then you flip them over, and they're ready. So you're just gonna repeat the process. The smell reminds me of my grandma's house. So I like mine savory, so as they come out, I'm gonna put a little kosher salt or coarse salt on them. It's better if you do it while they're hot. So our first one looks like this, and then I'm gonna put it on this napkin so it can get all the excess grease, and put a little salt on it. So our yaniqueques are done, as you can see. And now we're gonna taste one. So simple, but it's so good. And as you can see, all of mine are not the same size or shape. Baby one right here. So when I was little, I would pile on the salchichon with the fried cheese on top. This makes me miss my grandma. It's really good. So if you want to take a chance on this recipe, be sure to take a picture and tag my culinary page at Culinary Adventures, and be sure to like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Until next time, bye!